Hi, this is Glenda. This is another video for our Papermates ladies. Our next topic will be feathers, and we're going to cover, well, we're going to allow it to include birds as well. Obviously, the ideas for using feathers, feather dyes, feather stamps, anything feather, there's a massive number of things you can do, so I've just put a few ideas together to get us started. We will definitely include birds as well. And one idea that I really liked and saw in a couple of places was this one where you just have a half circle and make a bird, and I've put a real feather on for the tail, and I've done the same thing with this one. Also in the background is Joseph's coat. I'll mention that again in a minute, where the feathers are there. I also saw somewhere they used more half circles for the tail, more half circles, well, like this one, for the wing, or feather stamp die cuts for the wings and tails. So various ways you can do those, but I thought they're sort of sweet, a bit naive. And so then Joseph's coat, very old technique that's getting a new lease on life. Basically, you want to get some colour down. The original ones were often braid rainbow colours. Any way you want to get colour down is fine. It can be watercolour, sponged colour, airbrush your colour. Anyway, you just want a base of colour. Then you clear emboss something over the top. So here I've got a swirl. These I've obviously got the feathers, and these ones are a different feather. So you clear emboss on that, and then you cover it in a darker ink, and obviously you've got a resist from your embossing. So I tried a couple of different ways. I used this one I did on gloss paper. It didn't seem to matter whether it was gloss or plain. This was ink, and it's not quite as dark a coverage. Obviously it's going to depend on the ink. You can use any ink you like, but I also used a watercolour pen brush, and that gave a really nice saturation. It doesn't have to be black, it can be navy, maroon. It's just a much darker colour, so you get the contrast when you rub away, and that's your Joseph's coat. Another idea was, I'm hoping it will pick it up, maybe if I turn this one off. Don't know if that helped at all. But anyway, I've made a stencil with one of my dies, and just sponged some glitter glue through it. So that was the background. You can sort of see it. And a real feather for the quill there. And I've done the same thing on this one. I did my Joseph's coat, then I did some more of this stenciling on of the glitter glue in a feather pattern. So that was a couple of ideas to reinvent Joseph's coat. Random ideas with die cuts, just to add them on, basically. That was a Joseph's coat, because of course Joseph's coat you can cut it out. So I did the Joseph's coat with a stamp and die set. So I when I had done it, I got the die out and cut the feather out. And that one's done on acetate, a bit of transparency. The packaging acetate was too thick for any of my feather dies to go through, but that was just overhead transparency. That's another transparency. That was just a random idea with an old brass stencil that I had, and it's a bird, so it fits the category. This one is spotlighting using a feather stamp. That's another feather stamp, and no, it's not the die because it's only the stamping, isn't it? It's a two-part stamp. Came free on a magazine. Somebody was showing how to watercolour feathers, so that was something I had played with a little bit. And then there's another die cut there. I wasn't sure which video I had watched. I don't seem to have kept it on how to do the watercolouring, but I found another one that's either what I was watching or very similar, and I'll put a link in the comments to that video for anybody who wants to just paint their feathers. This is a die that I'm hoping my daughter will remember to bring to our group, because it's just a mask and then you add some feathers. This I was going to make a feather flower and ended up making a feather sun instead. The origami dress with feathers for the skirt, that's something Carla showed us how to do at Papermates years ago, and I did a video on it, and it's one of my most popular videos. I will put a link to it for the dress bodice instructions. Then random ideas with either fussy cutting or die cutting. These are stamped and fussy cut. That's stamped and fussy cut. These are the bird punch, and this one was a scanner cut. So just random birds. And then the main reason I'm including birds is because I've been having lots of fun with my crazy bird stamps. So they are so easy to colour, the birds. I just love it. So that's my ideas for Papermates and ways of doing birds and feathers on cards. I may or may not come up with a few more before we have our session, but that's just to give our ladies some ideas of the sorts of things they might want to bring. I will bring my 2 feather dies that I own and a couple of stamps, and we'll see how we go on the day. So thanks for watching.